Hey guys, Ashen One here, and welcome to this Demon's Souls video on what I believe to be the best consumable item in the game that isn't a healing item. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Okay, so we need to talk about the claim I am making here. Best consumable item. There is far too much variation on consumables to crown one the winner. Sure, but for me, Soul Remains are totally game-breaking. With Soul Remains, we can control mobs and Black Phantoms throughout the game. Oh yes, let's get into it. Let's break down this video into the following. 1. What Soul Remains actually do. 2. Where we can get them. 3. Showing them in game-breaking action. First up then, what the Soul Remains consumable item actually does. The item description says, "The echoes of the soul of an ancient hero that linger where they were put to rest, lures the soul deprived." It is this last sentence that is most important. When we throw soul remains near enemies, they will attack the spot where they land, and we can see the remains represented here by these orbs of light. We can also lock onto enemies and throw soul remains onto them, so that other enemies attack them and not us. This makes the mobs, Black Phantoms, and running through areas of the game so easy. If you couple using Soul Remains with wearing a Thief Ring, you can pretty much break most areas of the game by keeping the mobs completely fixated on Soul Remains and each other. Okay, so now we know what they do, where can we get our hands on an unlimited supply of Soul Remains at a cheap price? In World 4, yep, that's right, we're back at my favourite world, we have a vendor named Blige, who will sell Soul Remains for 500 souls each. To get to Blige in 4.1, simply pick up the copper key at the bottom of the stairwell here, avoiding the trap. Then run back up and come past the Vanguard into this pit. Watch out for another trap here in the tunnel, and then hit the false wall. Equipping the Thief Ring here will make it much easier to take down these two skeletons in the tunnel. Simply head straight on and you will come to a jail cell. Use the copper key we just got and you can free Blige. Now you can buy Soul Remains from him. Don't worry about having to come here every time though. Once you have free Bliged, he will now appear at the start of World 4 too, and is much easier to access from the Archstone. Also, he's right next to the Reaper farming spot, which means you'll always have enough souls to buy as many Soul Remains as you want. Okay, so now that we know what the Soul Remains do, how awesome they are, and how we can keep ourselves in an unlimited supply, let's see these little beauties in action in some of the toughest areas of the game. First up, who wants to see Satsuki, easily the most frustrating and one of the most difficult Black Phantoms in the game, reduced to a flailing fool that we can now simply toy with, thanks to the Soul Remains. Simply throw some down to keep him busy, take out the skeleton, and then come back to Satsuki and continue to use Soul Remains on him whilst we go in for some safe combos and backstabs. So easy. Next we have World 5. Now this place can be tough, but with Soul Remains we can manage all the mobs, little and large, and even those pesky plague rats. And of course, who can forget about the narrow stairs before the last boss of World 3 and the Black Phantom Mind Flayers? We can keep them in control with our Soul Remains easily. So there you have it guys, Soul Remains are, for me, the best consumable item in the game that aren't healing items. But what I want to know is, how do you guys use Soul Remains? Where do they come in handy for you? And what is your favourite consumable, if any? Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.